Hello students, welcome to the science class. Sorting materials into groups. These are some items in front of you. Can we put them in groups? Let's try. So let's put them into groups. These first three, they are made up of the same material. Can you guess which one? Yes, the plastic. These ones, which material they are made up of? They are made up of metal. These three are obtained from wood or trees. These two are glass. This one is from the cotton fiber. And this is the rubber glove which is coming from the rubber tree. So, we can group objects depending upon the materials they are made up of, depending upon their use and convenience. So, what are objects and materials? Objects are things which we have around us, having different shapes, size, color, use and characteristics. Now, objects can be made from single material or many materials. Or one material can be used to make different type of objects. Now look at this picture. Can I use a cloth to store water? No, right? Because the cloth will leak off all the water. It will not remain in the cloth material. Why? Because the cloth is not made for storing water. We store water in jugs which are made up of steel, glass, plastic. They are hard and they can store water, they do not leak off. So, certain materials have different properties which we can see further. And materials can be grouped depending on the properties they have. They can be grouped depending upon their appearance, the hardness, soluble or insoluble, we call it solubility in water. We may even group them if they are floating or sinking in water, or depending upon their transparency. The first one, appearance. Materials look different from each other. Like wood and metal, they are different. So depending upon their appearance, we can group them. How? Let's see. We may group them up using these two things. If they are shiny or if they are dull, we call the word luster if they have shine. And the other ones which are not shiny or they are dull, they are called as non-lustrous, like the wood. Some of the lustrous materials here are copper, silver, iron, gold. They have luster, they have shine. Depending upon their hardness, how hard or soft the material is, we can group them up. Materials which can be easily compressed or scratched are called as soft materials like the sponge, cotton, and you will find many more. Yes, here there is a pillow here which can be easily compressed, right? The kitchen sponge also. Now materials on the other side which are difficult to compress easily are called as hard materials like materials which are made up of metal, hard plastic, glass, yes, even stone too. Solubility in water. How soluble or insoluble the substance is in water. Substances that completely disappear or dissolve in water are called as soluble substances. And the substances on the other side that do not mix or do not disappear or do not dissolve in water are called as insoluble substances. Let us look at some soluble substances, the common one which we have at home, salt and sugar. These are soluble in water. You can try them. What about insoluble ones? Like sand and water. If you put sand in water and even if you stir it, it will not dissolve in water. It will remain separately from water. Even chalk powder, if you stir it, the color will turn milky, but after some time the chalk powder will slowly settle at the bottom. So these two do not mix with water. So they are insoluble ones. You can find some other examples also. What about liquids? Yes, some liquids like the lemon juice, vinegar, they are soluble in water. Whereas oil in water, kerosene, petrol, they are insoluble in water. Solubility in gases? Yes. Some gases are soluble in water, whereas others are not. Like oxygen, which is very important for the survival of plants and animals that live in the water. Fourth one, objects that may sink or float. Heavy objects sink, whereas the light ones float on water. Some of the examples are shown to you. Liquids may also float or sink depending upon their density. Density means how heavy the liquid is or how light the liquid is. The denser the liquid, the heavier the one, it will settle at the bottom. Like this one, we have a rainbow in a jar. This is called as a density tower. You can try this out at home. The honey is the most heaviest one, so it will settle at the bottom. The corn syrup, you may not get it, but you can try something else, the dish soap, okay, water with food coloring and vegetable oil. Vegetable oil will separate it out itself from the others. Transparency. Objects may be grouped depending upon their transparency. If you shine a torch through an object and if you can see all the light passing through it, this type of object is called as a transparent one. Whereas only if some light passes through the object, it is called as a translucent one. And the third one, if no light is passing through, it is called as an opaque object. Look at these bulbs here. Transparent, opaque and translucent examples. You can try this experiment at home. These are also some items which are easily available at home. We can group them up depending upon their transparency. Transparent objects. See, if I shine a torch through this glass, which is transparent because you can see the light passing through on falling on the other side. So materials through which things can be seen clearly are called as transparent objects. Like these two, glass bowl, the aquarium, you can see through them, right? So these are called as transparent objects. When you go to the market, you see the window, the display window of the shops where they are displaying clothes. Okay, it's transparent glass. Therefore, the customers get attracted towards it and they go inside to buy the thing. Even when you go to the shop, the sweets are put in a transparent jar. Translucent objects. Objects through which light cannot go out clearly, or materials through which things can be seen but not very clearly, they are called as translucent objects, like colored glass, colored plastic, and others also. You see, this is a glass bottle, and even the office doors and the cabin glass, some part is translucent. Opaque objects. If you shine light through the object and if no light is passing through, these are called as opaque objects. The materials through which things cannot be seen at all. Like the leather bag here and the steel bowl here and the plate also. Okay, these are opaque. You will find many more examples for opaque objects. What about us? If you shine the torch through your palm, okay, you can see some amount of light coming out, but you will see a red light passing through. Why this is so? Yes, because the red blood cells in our body In our blood especially, they absorb the light and they show the red color. But if you see the red color passing through, that means the light passing through, that means the light is going through your body. So what? You cannot see clearly the light. So what type of group we are in? Yes, the translucent. The last picture shows the X-ray. So the light passes through our body. So it shows that we are translucent. Okay, but when it strikes on the bones, it will not pass through because the bones are hard and they are opaque. What have we learned today? We have learned about objects, materials, things or substances are needed to be grouped according to their properties. What are the properties? They are grouped based on the appearance, the luster or dull, hardness, solubility, floating or sinking in water, and transparency. You can complete the table 4.1, 4.2, 4.3 and 4.4 from your textbook and note it down on your notebook. Try the transparency experiment and density tower with things available in your house only. Thank you students. God bless you all. Stay home, stay safe.